Morning, my honey bunnies, and welcome back to my channel. I am officially back. I'm back, guys, with my green tea. I'm back. Good morning, guys. Yeah, on the real now. On the real, let's talk girl to girl. I know it's been a long ass time since I released something. I think it's been 2 months, 2.5 months. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll do a whole live update, guys. It's a masa, but anyway, we'll do a separate live update. I will shoot something soon just to get you guys all caught up on what's been happening and why I've literally went all MIA on you guys. But I'm back, my sweetie pies, and it's so good to be sitting in front of y'all and just speaking to you guys one-on-one. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I know you guys see the title and a whole bunch of people have been waiting for this. We deliberately have been holding out on our friends and our loved ones, on telling them exactly how we met, but it's time. I feel like it's time for me to tell my story about how I met the love of my life. So here goes nothing, guys. Never above you, never below you, always beside you, my honey bunnies. Let's get into it. So first and foremost, I'm having green tea, as you guys can see. Hold on. I'm having Lipton green tea. Taking a bit of a break on the bujwals. It is, what day is it today? Tuesday. So yeah, I'm not touching any alcohol this whole week. So guys, yeah, let's just get into it. I'm not gonna drag it out. So those close to me know that I've been really unlucky in love for the longest time, and people also know that I'm a lover of love, and it doesn't really matter how many times let me get comfortable. It doesn't matter how many times I've been hurt or played or whatever the case might have been. I've always been a firm believer of love, or in love. I've been a firm believer of love. So guys, honey bunnies, in 2019, yes, 2019, I was dating someone. I had dated that person for 4.5 years, and it ended on my birthday in 2019. Those who know me know that it was a maza, guys. It really ended badly. We don't speak with the dude. We're not on good terms, but I wish him well, because if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have met my current partner, the person in question. So yeah, guys, after that whole experience of dating someone for 4.5 years and basically getting my heart broken, no cheating was involved, but a whole lot of heartbreak was involved. So yeah, after all of that happened, I went on a downward spiral, drinking every single day, basically attending every single party, and it didn't really help that I was living in Bram at the time, which is like the party capital of Gauteng, basically. So yeah, I think for a few months until until December, I was on a drink binge phase, you know, just drinking, going to every event, whatever the case might have been, because I was basically just distracting myself. So yeah, guys, that happened. And then 2019 November, I decided to give Tinder a try. So I joined Tinder in November 2019. Obviously, for those of y'all who are on Tinder or who have used Tinder before, I was getting a whole lot of skeptical comments from friends and loved ones, basically telling me that Tinder is a fuck app, and they didn't think of me as that kind of person who would have a fuck app and whatnot. But to be quite honest with you guys, I was not on Tinder because of that. I do strongly believe that there's a whole bunch of us that enroll in Tinder as a last resort kind of thing, you know. So I'll speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for anyone else who is on dating sites, But the reason why I decided to join Tinder was because I felt like if I want to try, or if I want to get different results relationship wise or love wise, I had to basically try different things to get different results. So I decided, why not Tinder? Because I knew a whole bunch of my friends who were on Tinder. Not that things were going well for them, but I was hopeful, because I'm a lover of love and I'll never give up on that. So I started a Tinder account. Put everything in my bio. I wanted to be as transparent as possible. I didn't want to lie. I didn't want to say things like I'm here for a good time, not a long time, because that was not my forte. That's not what I was there for. I was there to find love, and I made that quite clear on my bio, right? So I made a cute little bio, guys. I think my bio went a little something like what did I say? A sutuhan. I think I said a sutuhan or painting. No, that was at the end. I said a sutuhan who's a lover of life, a lack of things, a sports fanatic, and then in brackets I wrote, but rugby has my heart though. And at the end I was like, yeah, I don't want any chances. I think I said something about not wanting any chances, and can't remember the whole thing because I don't have Tinder at the moment, obviously, and I did not take a screenshot of that because I did not think that it would end up so great. So I made a whole bio, and obviously there were a whole bunch of people that were disguising wanting love, but just wanted to smash, or wanted a good time, or whatever it is that they were in it for. But there were a whole bunch of people that basically wasted my time. So I made a whole bunch of creeps, I made a whole bunch of weirdos, a whole bunch of time wasters. Guys, if you guys see a fly flying around, please don't mind it. I can't get rid of it. I've been trying the whole morning, but yeah, it is what it is. So yes, got a whole bunch of time wasters and whatnot. And that was 2019 November, December, then it was 2020, the whole of 2020, chances, time wasters, all of that, didn't get nothing. Then 2021, I think it was around July. It was July, yeah, July or June. I decided, I had deleted Tinder sometime in 2020. I deleted it, I think, around May or something, and then I re-downloaded it, I think, 2021 Feb. I re-downloaded Tinder, decided to give it a try again, for the last time, again. So sharpo, I re-downloaded Tinder, and I gave it an active chance. I literally told myself, you know what? I have absolutely nothing to lose this time around, but I had to do something different, you know? I had to make sure that I know by now how to filter out the bullshit talkers, the smooth talkers, the people that were going to waste my time. Sorry about that. So I was more wiser now in terms of the Tinder world. So yeah, I just filtered out the bullshit. And this one day I'm at work. I was working night shift at the time. I'm at work. I'm swiping. Then this one day, I come across a profile, and I look at the first picture. I'm like, oh, you're a cutie. He was so cute. He was so cute, guys. I was like, oh my god. And those who know me know that my ultimate type is a big guy, chubby guy. I'm into big and tall guys, right? You know, if you're not gonna be big in stature, then you're gonna be tall. And if you're both, then child, I'm all over you. So yeah, I came across this profile. I saw the first picture. I was like, he's cute. Second picture, I'm like, okay. Third picture, I was like, okay, he's really cute. Like, he is exactly my type. So I was like, okay, sharp. But something told me And this is not a lie. Swear to God. Something told me, you know what? I'm not for Stella, because he looked like he was way over my league. Do you understand me? Way out of my league. Oh my God, I'm even losing my English. So I thought he was way out of my league, firstly. But I was like, you know what? I told myself that I'm going to give myself a chance to actively try and find the love of my life, potentially. So I'm not going to hate on myself or drag myself down or think that someone was above me or was highly unattainable. So I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna swipe. And usually, not to toot my own horn, guys, I'm not tooting my horn, honeys, ne? But 90% of the matches that I had on Tinder, it happened instantaneously. So those who don't know, right, if you've never had Tinder and you don't know how Tinder works, what basically happens is that you have a profile, right? And obviously, if you have selected that you're into men, the only profiles that are going to come through is male profiles. And if you're a male and you are straight and you just want females, then the only profiles that are going to come through are females. So what happens is, if you come across a profile and you like that profile, or you end up swiping right on that profile, then if there's no match, if that means that you were the first person to view, let's just say me and you come across each other's profiles, right? So if I come across your profile first and I swipe right on you and there's no match, obviously you leave it, right? If the other person, the person that you matched with, or the person that you swiped on, comes across your profile after you have swiped and they swipe right on you as well, then it's a match. So I happened to come across his profile first, so I swiped, and immediately after I swiped, I was waiting for that it's a match thing, because 90% of my swipes were matches instantaneously. So cocky me, I was like, oh, it's gonna match, obviously. So I swiped. Hey guys, I swiped right with all the confidence in the world. Baby girl, I swipe. Obviously, it'll be a match. Sharp ka swipe. Kaya 5 seconds. Ibili ka swipe. I saw like on my PC at work, knowing it's gonna match. I give it like, see, after 5 minutes or nothing happened. It just goes to the next profile. I'm like, I felt the small, guys. That's when I realized, maybe he really is out of my league. Maybe he's like, he came across my profile and he's like, you're not my type, honey. Like, you're not my cup of tea. So guys, I was like, okay, whatever, it's whatever. Personally, I was hurt AF. Like, I literally told all my colleagues about it. I'm like, guys, you guys know how long I've been on Tinder, and I've been complaining about the shitty men that are on there and whatnot. And the one time I come across a profile that I really needed to match with, I didn't match with. So I'm like, whatever, it's cool. But I was complaining every single day at work on shift about this nigga, and I'm like, whatever, it's whatever. I was trying to convince myself, it's fine, you'll match with other people, you know. Shapo. A few days went by. Was it a few days? Yeah, I think a few days, 3 days or so went by. With Tinder as well, if you're not frequent on that app, like if you don't log in every day, you're not going to receive the notifications on a daily basis, right? I don't know how that algorithm works. I don't know. But I had even not went on Tinder for a few days, right? So, Shapo, I got decided out there check the inbox, right? I had completely forgotten about him. Sharp. I go through my inboxes, the usual people, hi, how you doing, whatever, and I'm just like, whatever. And then sharp, I was on my way to work. I went to work, night shift happy. Sharp. It was a busy day that day. Calls were back to back, inbound calls, back to back. Sharp. I wasn't supposed to have my phone on me. My manager was always fucking telling me shit about that, so I didn't care. I had my phone in between my thighs at all times, so sharp. I had my phone on me, and during my, you know, the times the calls were not too much, I'd literally just go on my phone, WhatsApp, whatever, Instagram, just to check my messages. How I'm on a call talking to a customer about something. I was working for an American company, so I'm busy talking to this customer about something, and then I get a notification. I check the notification, and it said, "You have a new match." I'm like, okay, hi. That customer is going on and on and on in my headset. I decide to click on that notification. It takes me straight to Tinder to see who this match is, and lo and behold, hey guys, as Zanka screamer so more life ni like kabe customer elemo mute the headset. I think my one colleague was sitting in front of me, this one friend of mine at work, she was sitting in front of me, took off my headsets, and I'm like, Chomi, oh, respondile. Mutu ole ntseki complain ka yena o respondile o mechizele nna Chomi. It's all systems go now. Like, I was the most excited hand in SA, guys, that day. You couldn't touch me at work, you couldn't touch me. I was so nice to the customers. I was smiling from ear to ear. I was like, you know what, God has jokes, and he had me on ice for a few days, but I think that was just to humble me a little bit, because I was starting to get really cocky in terms of the matches that I was getting on Tinder. So hi guys, after that day, after it's a match, almost instantaneously after I saw the notification, which happened in real time, by the way. After getting that notification and I opened it, I get a DM from him. I'm like, I did not hesitate. I tried to cut off that customer as much as I can. I think I took a personal break. Personal breaks are like usually 2 to 5 minutes long. I took a personal break. I went outside to smoke. Yeah, whatever, to smoke. I smoke, guys. So sharp, I went outside, I checked the DM, and his first words, swear to God, he will even attest to this, first words were, "You had me at rugby has your heart." Guys, and I won't even lie to you. I won't lie to you. I won't say, no, it's just by chance that I met a guy who also likes rugby. No, guys, one thing about me, everyone who knows me will tell you that I can spot a rugby player from a mile away. I don't care who you think you are. You haven't played rugby in 10 years or 15 years. The last time you played rugby was in high school, whatever. I can see a rugby body from a mile away, guys. That's like a hidden talent I have. Sorry. It's like a radar. It's like a rugby dog. I'm gonna call it a rugby dog. I can see that you've played rugby before. So judging from the pictures that I saw on his profile before I swiped, I could see that this nigga is a rugby nigga. He has played rugby before, is playing rugby now, or he was really good at it, because I could see the thighs, honey, first and foremost. I could see the thighs, I could see the arms, I could see the structure. Oh, guys. Oh, and one thing I love is a good cover, guys. Yo. So he had everything. But anyway, fast forward. Shabu, he's like, so you had me at rugby has your heart. And I'm like, oh my God, fuck. Finally, I found the ultimate type. Yeah, Veronica, like, I found my prototype. So I was like, what did I say, guys? What did I say? I'm going blank now, because like this gets me really emotional. What did I say? He said, you had me at rugby has your heart. And I was like, yes, it does. And I'm like, hi, Sakile, hi, how are you? I'm good. And then he said something like, so what's your favorite team? If rugby really is your favorite sport, what's your favorite team? And don't think about it now. He put that in brackets, and don't think about it now. So he probably thought that I was one of those hands who use the sports thing as a tactic to reel guys in or try to be part of the boys or whatever. To tell the truth, I've always been part of the boys. Always been part of the boys. I've always been around boys. I've always chosen to be around boys more than girls, because we all know sometimes, guys. So rugby has always been a part of my life. Basically, I've been in Afrikaans schools all my life. From creche, I've been exposed to it. Literally, it has been my life. So when he said that, I'm like, okay, nigga, let me just flex on you a little bit. So I responded, yeah, no, my favorite team is the Sharks, and I don't have to think about that because they play some sexy ass rugby. And when I tell you guys, that conversation just took off from there. It took off from there. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty, but fast forward a little bit, we spoke about that. We spoke about the Sharks being my favorite team, and coincidentally it was his favorite team, or it is his favorite team as well. So we had that in common. And then what happened? What we were talking about? Oh yeah, because of the time differences, because I was working, usually my shift at the time was 3 p.m. until, no, it was, I think I was working from 6 p.m. until 3 a.m. Yes. Yeah, something like that. So because of the time differences, he used to sleep around 10. So we chat, and then but when I respond, or he will respond and say I'm going to sleep, and then I will respond when he's sleeping, and he'll get my message from the previous night in the morning, and in the morning I'm sleeping so that I can wake up in I think about my 11, 12 to start getting ready for work. I was living in Soweto at the time, so it was like 3 taxis to get to work. So Shabu, it was a bit of a struggle in the beginning, but yeah. So we didn't talk much. I think the conversation was not that long on Tinder, but because of the time differences, the time lapses, it was a bit of a problem. So Shabu, the next day I sent a message. Yeah, I sent a message and he didn't respond. I'm like, are you a scam? Are you a scam? Are you here to play with me? Are you here to waste my time? I was like, please, Lord, please. Like, you can't dangle a carrot in front of me and decide to take it away. Like, how cruel. So I was like in my feelings for a few days after that. I think a day went by. I'm like, okay, maybe, I don't know, he's busy. Day 2, at that point I was basically over it. I'm like, no, he's just one of those guys. Maybe I don't know. I kept checking if he had unmatched with me, and there was this one day where I was scrolling through my inboxes because there were so many, and I did not see him for a split second, and I thought, oh my god, he unmatched. I was so mad. But I eventually found him. Like, I think after a minute or 2 I found him. So I was like, at least, but where the fuck is he? So day 3, I was completely over it. A week went by, 2 weeks went by, excuse me. So that week I was not minding my own business, happy because I was always at work. You want a notification? You received a message from Sakile, which is his name, by the way. Cat's out the bag. So I'm like, okay. So I get excited a bit, but I'm a bit angry as well. So I open the message and oh no, coincidentally, guys, this is how I know that me and this person were always meant to be. So the day before he decides to send me a message, which was like 2.5 weeks since we had spoken last, the day before that, I'm mad and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I sent him a message. I'm like, how Sakile? you know. I didn't say anything, I just said how sakile. Ah, jiggy. Next day, literally the next day, I get a message from him and he's like, oh my god, hi, I'm so sorry for going MIA on you. I had to take my phone in for repairs, blah blah blah. I literally just got it back yesterday and I did not even go on Tinder at all yesterday. I did not go on Tinder yesterday. I was just busy trying to get all my apps back and blah blah blah, whatever. And I was a bit mad. I'm like, oh, I actually thought that you'd lost interest. And he's like, no, how would I lose interest? Like, how could I lose interest? And he's like, just in case we lose contact again or I go MIA for some reason, here's my WhatsApp number. Let's connect there. Guys, if I tell you I did not waste any time, literally when he sent me the number, in a matter of 5 seconds, I had literally saved the number with a smiley, went on WhatsApp, sent him a message and a voice note, I think, I'm not sure, and a voice note. Did not waste time at all. Hey Sakile, it's Veronica from Tinder. Just want to make sure that you save my number, blah blah blah. I was so aggressive, guys. I was so fucking aggressive. I wanted to be persistent because I'm like, it's fine, it's okay. If he feels like I'm being too aggressive or too persuasive or whatever the case might have been, then that's on him, then he's not my person. But I wanted to give it an active chance so that I don't hold anything back. Do you understand? Sorry about all the cuts, guys. It's really hectic trying to shoot with a whole bunch of kids during holidays, so please bear with me. So yeah, as I was saying, so we were basically talking every day from good morning to good night without fail. I was smitten, I was head over heels. Basically I was back to being a little girl who only sees one person and one person only. So the conversations were frequent, and by frequent I mean every day, all day every day. And we spoke for about 3 days. I don't know what the significance of 3 days is, guys, but if you know me and me being a spiritual hun, a chakra hun if you must, I believe highly in angel numbers. So 3 we spoke for 3 days, and then on the 3rd day, I kid you not, on the 3rd day of us speaking frequently and me working like crazy, tired, fatigued, still contemplating. Well, I wasn't still contemplating, I had already decided in my head that I was going to resign from this place, right? So in between all of that, I think it was the one day that I decided not to go to work because I was feeling some type of way about it. He texts me, and I was going through a lot at that time, guys. I was going through a hell of a lot, but that's also a story time for another day. So on the 3rd day of us speaking, oh no, we spoke for 3 days, and then the next day, in the morning I wake up, my eyes were puffy, I'd been crying the whole night. As I said, I was going through a lot of stuff that will be mentioned later. So I'm waking up, I'm literally annoyed at my situation at the time, and I'm upset, I'm not in the mood for anything. I get a text from him, and instantaneously my mood, you know, it feels like everything is going to be a little okay, you know, because he's talking to me. So he texts me, hey, how are you, the normal stuff, how did you sleep? And I couldn't hide from him what was happening at the time. So I told him about it, and yeah, we spoke about it, and he was so sweet about it. He was so sweet about it, for real. And at the end of that conversation, he was like, no, so we were asking each other, what are you doing, or what are you gonna do, or yeah, what are your plans? And I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do much, you know, I'm just chilling at my place, I didn't go to work, blah blah blah. And he's like, oh okay, I'm going to the gym now. So I'm like, oh okay, no, enjoy gym, you know, Shabu, I even see him posting statuses. He's a poster when he's at the gym. So I saw him posting statuses of him working hard at the gym, you know, all that. So while I think I commented on his status, on one of the statuses, like, you know, motivating him to keep going and whatnot. And he was like, and he's only telling me now that that was an impulsive decision for him as well. But he sent me a message saying, so I'm done here at the gym. I'm about to be done at the gym. I'm gonna take a quick shower. How about I come and fetch you? And I'm like, for real? Like, this is not a joke. We've only been speaking for 3 days. You know, usually in Tinder days, that's not a lot. You know, you still have to speak for like at least a week for you to decide if this person is kosher or not, if you want to meet this person. So I was like, I didn't even hesitate. I didn't hesitate. At that point, guys, Nele Mampara wiki, I didn't have anything. My makeup was almost finished. You know, all of those things that you could worry about. And I didn't have the necessities for the first time looking, or you understand. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. I said I want love and I want to give it an active chance, and here it is on a silver platter, and I might potentially fuck this up by self-sabotaging myself into not going. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to make any excuses. I'm like, okay, cool. So he's like, okay, let me quickly shower and then send me your location and then I will come through. Oh, guys, I did not want to get out of bed that day, right? Before we had that conversation, I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be heard. I didn't want to be on social media. I literally just wanted to sit in my bed and die, period. Like, that's how I was feeling that day. So immediately once he said, okay, I'm going to shower and then I'm going to come to you, send me your location. Guys, I shot out of bed. It's like I got charged up for some reason, you know, somebody had ignited something inside of me. I'm like, okay, cool. Shot out of bed. I went and took a bath. I zhuzhed myself up as much as I possibly could with what I had at the time, and baby girl was looking nice. First of all, my nails were done, thank God. My nails were done, my toes were done. Were my toes done? Yeah, my toes were done, always. So at least my nails and toes were done. I put on my best wig, child. I put on my best wig. I put on makeup. I put on what I thought was my best outfit at the time, you know, something cash, not too much, you know. I don't want to seem desperate, but I was, because I was actively putting in all my energy into him. So shabu, you know, nervous as fuck, obviously, because, you know. So shabu, he texts me while I'm getting ready that no, I'm 20 minutes, it says I'm 20 minutes away, 15 minutes away, whatever. So guys, a little story that almost fucked this whole thing up. The devil was trying to test me. The devil was trying to take my man away from me, child. So what happened is, where I used to stay, also way to ne, like direction snacks, and there was literally no network in that room. There was barely any network in that room, you know. So I had a lot of issues with network, especially when people were trying to call me sometimes. Maybe if Nikishibili a certain direction, do you call it? Understand? Like, I would just get a message from Vodacom saying one missed call, voicemail. I'm like, oh, okay. So in between me getting ready, right, I think it was about 15 minutes after he said he's 20 minutes away, how I get messages from Vodacom. My phone's vibrating. I'm like, oh. When I check, it says missed call. I'm like, but the phone didn't ring at any point in time. So I'm like, okay. When I check, it's his number. So I'm like, oh shit. What if he was here and he tried to call me and now it seems like my phone is off? What if he fucking left? Like, so now that time, guys, as I said, Mampara week, I cannot airtime me. And I didn't want to be that hand that says, please call, you know. But I'm like, you know what, in this regard, let me just be that hand. So I sent him a please call, and we get a message on happy 2 minutes later or in missed call. So I'm like, shit, fuck. And so I go outside. I went outside, I unlocked the gate and I looked and I didn't really see anyone, and then I went back in, and then I kept sending him please calls, and then luckily, gosh guys, he calls and it comes through, and I answer it immediately, and he's like, how, bruh, why would you switch off the phone? I'm like, dude, I did not switch off the phone. Please understand that there's no reason for me to switch off the phone, you know. So now I'm probably seeming to him like a scammer, or I changed my mind, or I was a catfish that just got nervous to see him in real life, or whatever the case might be, you know. I seemed very dodgy at the time. So luckily, guys, he's a very patient man, he's very kind, so he kept trying. So thank God for the fact that he's that kind of person. Otherwise, guys, I think natlongala at some point, like natlongala atamaye, and then I decide to you wasted my time and my petrol, you know. So thank God he called, and I answered, and he said, no, I'm outside, I've been outside. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I'm coming. Oh guys, when I tell you that I had actual butterflies in my stomach, which are now called fuzzy wuzzies officially, that's what I termed them. I got fuzzy wuzzies, and I didn't know what to touch. I didn't know if I should touch up my makeup. I didn't know if I should pack something else. It was a sleepover, by the way, okay? We don't judge over here. So I was probably thinking maybe I'd forgotten something, I didn't put something in the bag, whatever, but I'm like, you know what I have, what I don't have, I don't have. It's fine. Let's just stop finicking. This is your moment, let's go. So sharp, I took my bag, locked my room. Guys, I did not even know which car was his, what he drives, to distinguish. So I was ready when I see it, you know, prepare walk, none of that shit. Literally unlocked the gate, and the gate you unlock, and then so unlock again. At that point, it's whatever, you know. I just want us to get this meeting thing over and done with. So guys, I check on my left, I check out on my right, I'm like, it has to definitely be him. So I took a chance, baby girl. Confidence turned on, swag turned on, everything. I was like, you know what, I'm going to be the best version of myself possible, you know. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, then he's not my person. Tough luck. Sharp, I start walking towards the car. Baby girl, we togile, I walk, and I go towards the passenger window, and it was open. So I literally just, you know, I just peeped, and I'm like, hi. And then I didn't even give him a chance to say hi back. I just said hi, and then I got up and I opened the door. I put my bag on the seat, and then I sat, and I'm like, hi. And then I actually looked at him, and guys, that was it. From that moment on, I was gonest. I was gone. I was a gone girl from the moment I laid my eyes on him. And in this point, Chem, I can't even say it was love at first sight. Sorry. Spraying. So I can't even say that it was love at first sight, because well, it actually was technically love at first sight, love at first swipe, because we liked what we saw on each other's profiles. So we worked based off of that, or we worked based off of that. And then when I actually saw him in real life, instantaneously when I saw him and I scoped him out, I looked at him from head to toe. The thighs were there, the arms were there, the cover was there, the face was there, the beard was there, beard gang was there. Everything checked out, guys. He wasn't a catfish, and judging from the look on his face when he saw me, he saw that I was not a catfish. So we got the first take out of the way. We are who we say we are. Great. Shabu. He said, hi, how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm good, how are you? I am good. Oh, guys. Then, yeah, I was very nervous. I don't want to lie to you, very nervous. Shabu, we got the little awkwardness out of the way. He was suave, smooth. He didn't seem nervous well, he seemed a little nervous, but you could see that he's a people's person and he adjusts very quickly. So he adjusted and he had to drive, so he had to focus. So we drove off, started talking, small talking, yana, you know. Yeah, and then on the way to his place, to here, he asked me, are you hungry? I'm like, yeah, no, I could eat, you know. And he's like, no, let's just quickly go get some food and let's just go chill at the house. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Sharp, we got some food, made it to the house, sat down, and yeah, started watching some TV. Yeah, I watched some Netflix, obviously. Don't look at me like that, guys. We watched some Netflix, had some food, and then had some drinks. And we started talking, started asking each other questions, just having a generic conversation. We didn't necessarily ask each other questions like, you know, interviewing each other. No. That didn't happen on that day. I think it happened gradually. So yeah, we talked. Day turned into night. Still spoke. We had a good time. We were vibing. I was so happy about that. He made me laugh. Everything was great. We had a great night. Slept over, obviously. I packed a bag and everything. And then in the morning, obviously he had to take me back home, drove me back home. Everything was chilled. Then yeah, we just kept speaking, we just kept talking, you know. Now we finally met each other, but I thought maybe, you know, being skeptical and stuff, I thought maybe he's gonna lose interest, maybe I wasn't what he wanted or whatever, you know, all of these thoughts in my head. But he wasn't giving me any indication of any of that. It was just me being an overthinker. Then, okay guys, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but everything happened quickly. Everything happened quickly. But as much as everything happened quickly, everything happened exactly the way it was supposed to happen. Everything happened in a timely manner. Do you understand? I don't want to speak time frames here, out of respect for him. But everything happened quickly. Literally, we started dating as soon as we saw each other. We started dating, and that was it. Literally started dating, and everything started becoming clear in my head what I needed to do. So I went ahead with the resignation, vele, you know, put that life aside, because first of all, it was driving me crazy. It had my mental health taking for real. So I felt sure about my decision. I decided from now on, because I took this leap of faith and I took this chance and it worked out, there's no way that if I feel a certain way about something, if I really feel strongly about it, I shouldn't just go ahead and do it. Like, I have absolutely nothing to lose, you know. So went ahead with the resignation, put that company out of my life for good, and we started dating. And jiggy guys, I think the second time I came here, after the first time we met, the second time I came here, which obviously was also a sleepover, I can't even remember how it came about, but I was like, you know what, Oh no, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything, guys. Please don't mind. I'm very absent-minded these days. That's also a story time I'm going to do related to my depression, right? Depression tends to, I don't know if you guys know this, but people who suffer from depression tend to forget a lot of stuff. You know, there's like huge chunks of information that just gets wiped out. But that's a story for another day. So please don't mind me saying something and then say, no, actually, this is what happened. I promise you guys it's the truth. So I didn't say anything. I came to see him. And then he's like, I want to show you something. I'm like, oh, okay, what is it? You know, little old me, I'm thinking eventually once maybe and whatnot, and I frequent this place a lot, he will make space, a little drawer for me, like space for me to put my stuff in, like for when I do come here, you know. So he's like, no, I need to show you something. I'm like, okay, cool. We get up from the lounge and he leads me to the second bedroom, because this is a 2-bedroom. So he leads me to the second bedroom and he opens the closet and it's completely empty. And he's like, this is for you. I'm like, a whole closet for me? I swear to God, guys, I have never even had a drawer in any of the guys that I've ever dated's closet. I've never expected it. I've never had it. And here this man goes and he's about to make me cry, and I hate this. Here he goes and he completely cleaned out his closet in the second bedroom for me, guys, for little old me. I promised I wouldn't do this. So that caught me off guard, guys, as a person who's never really gotten someone who wanted to be with them like that, you know. I've always felt like I'm the one that's that loved the person that I was with more, you know, overly so even. So here this man was, unprovoked. He cleared a whole closet for me and he's like, no, now you don't have to always carry a bag and whatnot. You can just leave some things here for when you come here. So I'm like, oh my God, dude, like that's fucking amazing. I had a whole moment and all of that. I didn't even know what was about to hit me next. So I can't exactly remember which day, but it had to definitely be, I think it was that day, that night. He asked me to move in. He's like, there's no need for you to now uproot your life from Joburg and then have to move back home to Pretoria when you and I are actively starting something. Come live here with me and let's do this. Like, let's actively do this. You know, we said we want love, we said we want to this is our last hurrah. If this doesn't work out, then it's back to the streets for both of us. Let's actively do this. Guys, at that point I was like, who sent this man? Someone is playing a trick on me. Someone is trying to fucking punk me, make me look like an idiot, make me fall in love, and then this person disappears, or it's a joke. But it literally felt too good to be true, guys. It felt too good to be true, but it felt so damn good. And literally, when they say the rest is history, guys, here I am in a pink fluffy gown on the couch where we first sat when we first met. The same couch where he asked me to move in with him. The same couch I've been at since. It's been, what's the date today? Today is the 29th of March. On the 17th of April, we'll be turning 8 months. haven't moved an inch. I've been here. We have been so happily in love. Guys, when I say this literally is my black fairy tale story, literally my happily ever after, I am not lying. I am not lying at all, guys. So yeah, then fast forward to now. Everything is amazing, you know. Yeah, guys, that is the story of how me and Ratu met. He'll still remain Ratu to you guys. Nobody's gonna dare to call him by his name. I don't even call him by his name. I don't think I've ever called him by his name ever. We just went from, oh yes, no, I have. In the beginning, like the first 3 days we started talking, and then it went straight to babe. Period. Per. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. So yeah, guys, that's the story of how me and Ratu met. But obviously there's a few other details. So sorry honeys, yo guys, you know, shooting is a lot, especially if there's things distracting me, because I'm very OCD. I'm very OCD, guys. If you didn't know, I'm very OCD. So I just had to quickly do that. The windows were making a lot of noise, so I had to close them due to the wind. But yeah, as I was saying, things happened very quickly because me and him were kind of on the same wavelength. He had also been through some things, and Tinder was also sort of like a last resort for him as well. So I think we were in the same mind frame, and we communicated about what it is that we want, what we don't want, and it just happened neutrally, I guess, or naturally rather, us moving in together because we wanted to spend as much time with each other as possible. We literally were inseparable, guys. We still are literally inseparable. So yeah, guys, this story is a very emotional one for me, because as much as all hands wish to essentially or eventually find their happily ever after, and knowing who's never been through heartbreaks and failed relationships, and you know, whatever it is that you might have gone through that kind of made you be fearful of opening yourself up again, being vulnerable to someone, liking someone, meeting someone, liking someone, learning to trust that person, you know, being compatible with that person, or finding compatibilities, similarities, wanting to spend time with that person without being forced or feeling like you have to do it just to make the relationship work. It wasn't forced, is essentially what I'm trying to say. It just felt right. And I swear to you guys, when I tell you that meeting this guy basically strengthened my relationship with God, which wasn't much. I won't lie. Yes, I was raised in a Christian household, a very spiritual household, you know. We believe in God and all of that. I do believe in God, but my relationship with God was very shaky because I have been through a whole lot of shit, guys. But that will be story times for other days, for us to get to know each other better, you know. So it strengthened my relationship with God in a way where there was a point in between me wanting to resign and me meeting him. That's small nyana time frame in between. There's a lot of stuff that happened that tested my patience, tested my faith, and that story I will also tell when I'm ready. But at that point I'd given up. I'm like, you know what, God, no, I'm not going to do this back and forth thing with you where I wonder if I'm also one of your children, and when you're busy blessing other people, do you consider me as well, or do you just pass me by, you know? Because we all feel at some point that God has favorites, because some people things smoothly, they don't have to fight for it, they don't have to struggle, you know, things just come easily to them, and we have to work 10 times harder just to get a smidget of happiness, you know? So I had a conversation with him when things were really, really, really bad, and I was like, okay, God, here's the deal, and this is just between me and you. It's not between the fact that, yes, if you're a Christian, you're supposed to love God, you're supposed to trust him with everything in your life, and everything happens for a reason, and all of those things. I had a real honest conversation with him, and I said to him, okay, God, I'm done fighting, I'm done hating you, I'm done blaming you. I want to see if you really, 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 really love me. And if you really, really love me, you know what my heart needs right now. I need for all of this pain and suffering to end. I need for me to find someone who's going to reciprocate the kind of love that I give on the daily, you know, someone as affectionate as me, someone as considerate as me, someone who's going to love me as much as I love them, if not more, you know, if that was even possible. So I had that conversation with him. I'm like, okay, if you can show me how powerful you are in this moment by making all of this disappear and basically making my manifestations come to life, then I will serve you and only you going forward, and I will never look back. And you know what God said? He said, bet. This man said, bet. God said, bet. And when I tell you that the minute I met this man, life completely changed. It completely flipped. It's like it did this. It did this. And God, he literally showed me why he had me go through all of those things, and why he had me wait, and why this could only happen at this point. He had to humble me, bring me to my knees, to show me how powerful he is and how he keeps to his word. But we always have to remember that it's only at his pace and at his timing. So he did that. Everything changed. My problems little by little started to dissipate. Me deciding to take that leap of faith, which it was also part of the prayer as well. I was like, you know what? I don't know what tomorrow has for me. If I do hand in this resignation, I don't know what tomorrow brings, because I'll be in limbo. But you know. And I put that on the table, and I'm telling you guys, dintho tsa change, dilo tsa thoma change, dilo tsa change drastically so. And I met him, and every single department of my life started getting better. Everything started getting better, family-wise, friendship-wise, career-wise. Everything started getting better, and I took that leap of faith, not knowing what tomorrow was going to hold, you know, and everything just fell into place seamlessly. I completely understood in that moment what it meant when they say the stars will align, and when they align, you are unstoppable. No man can touch that. No man can touch your blessings, or even, you know, tamper with your happiness. And that's exactly what he did for me. So I bless the day that I decided to swipe right on this man, and I bless the man who even created Tinder. I don't even know who created Tinder. I have absolutely no idea. But if Mark Zuckerberg had anything to do with this by any chance, Mark Zuckerberg, I owe you my life. The person who created Tinder, I owe you my life, because I had to be online that day. I had to be online at that specific time. I had to come across his profile, and I had to swipe right on him, and I had to meet him in order to become the person that I am in front of you today. And no, ladies, I'm not defying I'm not defying the group. I am not saying that this man came into my life and completely changed it. He came at the right time. He came at the right time where I was at a crossroads and I had to be a big girl, put on my big girl panties and make big girl decisions. And when I decided to close my eyes and just do it, that's when God decided that was the time for my happiness to come. And it came in abundance, and it's still coming, guys. Every single day it's still coming. And yeah, it took us a long time to actually tell the story, or be okay with telling the story, because it's so sensitive and so fragile and so sacred for us, and we didn't want to take it and put it out there for the world to critique or comment on, or you know how people are, you know, when we get hurt we'll be like, no, love, I exist deep. That girl is in it for something, that guy's in it for something, have a happy, like, we did not want that. We do not want to be influenced by the world in any way, you know, in any negative way. We wanted to just keep it sacred for as long as possible. And I believe that now is the right time to tell the story, because there are people out there who don't know if dating sites are worth it, if they're creepy, if they're dodgy, if they can help them. I say, if not, why not? You have absolutely nothing to lose, as long as, if you're going to be safe, if you're going to dating site, make sure you meet up in a safe place. Firstly, if you don't trust this person, if it's first time meeting, always safe public place. Make sure that you vet this person, that you search them on Google. Google is your friend, guys, and it's free. You know, you literally go on Google, you vet this person. If it comes to that, if it gets to that point, I didn't have to do any of that. I went in blindly, but I always trust my gut. And guys, I walk with the strongest underground gang of all time. If something was up, they would have alerted me, and I didn't feel anything weird at any point in time. So I went in blindly, but thank the gods it worked out. So just be safe, be alert, bula mahlo, and be open and honest about it. There's no need for you to put on a bio and say looking for love when you know you just want to smash. Like, rebaholu, guys, rebaholu. There's no time left. I think this year has shown us how short life is. There's no need to dupe other kids out there who are literally really serious about finding love, finding the loves of their lives. You know, if you're on Tinder to smash, write on your bio, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, whatever, color, I don't know, candy coded, do whatever, but just be transparent about it. Mean what you say and say what you mean. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't disguise it as anything else, you know. Find what it is that you're looking for. Take that leap of faith. If that person is not for you, it's not for you. If it didn't work out, that's fine. Deactivate the account. Try the organic way of meeting people. Whatever. There's always a way if there's a will. Always. And I'm gonna close this off by leaving him a little message. He left me a little message when we were in Cape Town, and I cried my eyes out. And baby, Ratu laka, don't make me cry. You always do this. I am so humbled by God's mercy towards me. He literally made me a walking testimony of, put your faith in me and take a back seat, trust me, you know. And I did, and he made me a walking testimony by bringing my actual manifestation of what I want in a man, what I need in a man, in the form of you. And you don't know it. Actually, you do know. I've told you this multiple times, but I don't think you believe me. You saved me from myself. You saved me from myself. You saved me from a whole lot of things. You saved me from the streets. Okay, I'm glad to be off the streets and to be someone's person for life, actively every single day. Thank you for loving me. I know I'm a very difficult person to deal with, and you do it anyway, and you do it with a smile every single day, and you don't give up on me. And I thank you for that. And for that and that alone, no matter what the world throws at us, no matter what comes our way, I promise that every single morning I wake up next to you, I will choose you. Even when I don't wake up next to you, when I'm home or whatever the case might be, I will still choose you over and over and over and over. Through every fight, I will choose you. Through every celebration, I will choose you. Every single time I will choose you. And I love you so much. I love you so much. I love you with all my heart, with all my being. I love you. Yeah, guys, I think that's it. But obviously there's going to be other segments. I know that in previous I started off speaking to you guys face to face. Okay, not face to face, but speaking to you guys one-on-one a lot, and then I started adding a lot more content where I was not speaking. You just see a vlog just pop up in J, I understand that. So I know, guys, there's a lot of things that still needs to be fixed here and there, but remember, it's supposed to suck at first. We're not perfect at this. We're learning as we go, and we're helping each other. So there's going to be a whole lot more segments where we're talking and we're connecting. I'm not going to put it out there yet, but I promise to do better, guys. I promise to do better. Yo, let's go, guys. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end of the vloggy, or the end of the story time rather, but I'm gonna end it with this. Guys, and I promise this is the last bit. Then I need to go see my man. So guys, relationshiping is not easy. We've all seen the jokes, the memes, Mjolo Anisa, whatever. 100% accurate. 100% accurate. And by me agreeing with that statement, it's not me saying that love is supposed to hurt. Love is never supposed to hurt. If it's affecting you to a point where you're losing yourself, your mental health is not okay, you're second guessing yourself, or it's just not making you feel good, it's the bad outweighs the good, then you definitely need to choose yourself in that instance, and love will find you again. I strongly believe that. But what I mean by relationshiping is not easy is that firstly you have to remember that when you get into a relationship, it's two different people, two different beings, two different individuals with different backgrounds, different beliefs, different values, ethics, different backgrounds, different dreams, different, period. So if you make a commitment to being with that one person, right, you need to learn that person from A to Z. You need to know that person like the back of my hand. The best advice my mom has ever given me in my life is, if you really want to be with a person and you eventually want to marry this person, or you see yourself marrying this person, you have to make an active effort to learn and know this person like the back of your hand, which is exactly what you need to do, right? I'm not an expert, I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor, I don't have a PhD, guys. I don't have a qualification in anything, period, right? Which is also a story for another day, guys. So what I'm saying is, if you make a commitment to be with a person, you need to learn them, what they like, what they don't like. how they react to certain things, what they believe in, what their boundaries are, what their deal breakers are, what their traumas are, their triggers are, what their dreams are, all of that. It's going to suffice, like it's going to surface in the relationship. It's going to surface at some point, either through fights, either through conversations, debates, something you see on TV, friends, whatever. It's going to come up. But no relationship is perfect. Even on Instagram, even with all the reels that we post and whatnot, love remains true, but you have to actively work on it every single day. You have to, one has to understand the when it's the other time, or when the other one understand that. It has to be active effort from both parties every single day. Don't stop dating that person just because now you guys are actively dating. You're not supposed to relax. Do not relax. Love that person. Like, date that person. Affirm each other. Practice each other's love languages. Be excited to learn this person every single day, because trust me, you will learn this person every single day. And shout out to my honey bunnies that are also keeping with their partners. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. There will be fights, there will be annoying times, because you're in each other's faces 24/7. But I promise you guys, if you guys just listen to each other, choose each other every day, pray for each other, and remember why it is that you guys are in it, I promise you guys will fall in love with each other every single time. Learn how to communicate with each other, guys. Learn how to communicate with each other. Love each other every single day, because tomorrow is not promised, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. And we're still gonna have segments where we dissect relationships, dissect love, dissect what it means, whatever the case might be. We're still going to talk, guys. We're gonna be honest. Like, if there's no other YouTube platform where you can be totally honest and that person can be transparent and vulnerable and whatnot, this is the space. This is the time where now you click the subscribe button if you have not. I don't know why you haven't, but this is the time to click the subscribe button if you want a space that's non-judgmental, a space where we're going to be open and honest and speak and not judge each other. None of that. So thank you so much for giving me a listening ear, guys, for listening to my story, for giving me this platform to tell my story, my beautiful Black love story that never ends. Thank you so much for trusting me. Thank you so much for staying as a subby and being a honey bunny and supporting me, supporting my vlogs and my videos. I highly appreciate you guys. I promise you, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get more intense. It's gonna get fun. It's gonna be about appreciating life every single time we see each other. So I hope everyone's well. I'll be back with the I'll be back with the live update soon, where we talk about what has happened since the last time I posted, why I haven't posted, all of that shit, guys. We'll get into it. But thank you so much, guys, for listening, and I'll see you guys in the next vloggy.